So, Deadpool. Before fully talking about Deadpool, I want to just bring up like a couple of things that we've heard so far, but we've never gotten like too much like into confirmations. But the only two things we know from Deadpool, we know, number one, this is coming from Bob Iger himself, is that yes, they are keeping Deadpool because, obviously he makes a lot of money. He makes a lot of money. Exactly.
Makes more money than any other Fox property.
And Bob Iger even said it directly like that. He's like, yes, we're Disney. We like money. We're keeping Deadpool, obviously. And Feige says that, yeah, we haven't forgotten about Deadpool. Deadpool movies are coming eventually. But, of course, they got so many fucking projects because they didn't even know they were going to have Fox at the time.
And he has said that the X-Men won't come in until 2021 or 2022.
Exactly. So it's going to be a while. And
I would expect Deadpool to be part of the X-Men property.
Yeah, exactly. But then Bob Iger, and this is why I'm not going to say this is confirmed yet, because Bob Iger said this, not Kevin Feige, and Bob Iger and Kevin Feige had kind of contradicted each other before. Like, for example, Bob Iger did tell the actors from Defenders that they would eventually be in, like, one of the upcoming Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. You know, this was direct, and then Kevin Feige didn't know anything about this, so Kevin Feige never said anything about this. Yeah. So Bob Iger said that Deadpool will be in the MCU, basically. Kevin Feige still has not commented on this.
Let's be real. Yeah. Kevin Feige is absolutely aware that he will be part of the MCU. Now, maybe he doesn't. Maybe Kevin Feige would not confirm because he doesn't know yet if it'll be Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool from the Fox universe making its way to Disney. Mm-hmm. But Deadpool will be in Disney and being made by Disney, and Ryan Reynolds will most likely be cast as Deadpool again, whether or not it's the same Deadpool.
Okay.
These are all things I think are nearly, like, solidly confirmable.
I half agree with you. I think the easiest way to talk about this, I'm going to go first and say what I predict is going to happen and what I hope is going to happen, because they're going to be two very different things. And then I'm going to let you go and you tell me what you predict and what you hope.
Is close to the hope. It's not the same, but it's pretty close.
Okay.
It's close in all but a minor detail that honestly doesn't matter now. Mm-hmm. But it would have mattered 4 or 5, 6 years ago.
My prediction is that Deadpool will continue. They're not gonna throw away the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Those movies will continue. But I don't think
as a technicality even.
No. I think
like, you think they're literally going to make a Deadpool 3?
They are going to make a Deadpool 3.
And they would call it Deadpool 3?
Or they're going to make an X-Force movie. I think they're going to do one of those two. And I think they're going to keep Ryan Reynolds for those.
I think they're going to keep Ryan Reynolds. I think they may even keep the same characters. I think as a technicality, it won't be a Deadpool 3.
Okay. That's my prediction.
I mean, we'll see.
It will be Deadpool 3 or X-Force. Yeah, and it'll be with the same actors like Colossus and all that. And I think they're going to have another Deadpool. And this Deadpool will be in the MCU. And it'll be a much more like kind of down-to-earth Deadpool, one that fits the
Wait, so they're going to have both the old Deadpool and a new Deadpool?
Yeah.
Played by
I don't know.
People?
Like different. It's going to be not Ryan Reynolds, though. That's the thing. It's
going to be a completely different Deadpool.
Yeah, different Deadpool for the MCU. It's going to not be Ryan Reynolds.
And it's going to exist alongside Ryan Reynolds for a movie.
It is. That's my prediction. Now, I'm going to tell you what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I'm fully wrong about this. I hope that we actually get Deadpool, the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, in the MCU, and they don't try to explain it with the multiverse stuff. They don't try to overly explain why no one's mentioned X-Men or mutants.
It's too late. Deadpool's already done the multiverse stuff. End of Deadpool 2. It's too late for that.
It's still an alternate timeline. It's not necessarily.
We know it's parallel universe because the events of those movies still happen without Deadpool having fixed them in whatever universe that movie exists in. So we know by a technicality it has to be different universes because we can observe it. We can still watch those old movies.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Yeah, so what I want them to do is I really just want Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, same actor for Colossus, same actors for Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
Yeah.
I want them
Then
all.
remember, according to Marvel, it has to be different universes because messing with time makes branching universes.
Oh, there you go. Just say that from all the messing with the timelines, Deadpool creates
It's just
the MCU.
in a new branch. Yeah.
He just creates the MCU with a whole new branch because of how much he messed with stuff.
He accidentally fucks the branches so hard that two branches just collide. It's like there's just a quick meme when he's explaining where he's just like, and the branches collide.
Yeah. Or if it is like in a different universe, I want it to just be like a fast explanation of how he's in the MCU now, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fast explanation with an animation that he then interacts with in a fourth wall breaking thing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want them to overly explain it.
It'll literally be 15 seconds.
I really don't think audiences will care. I think that audiences will just be like, yeah, Deadpool's in the MCU. That makes sense.
I think audiences don't actually care, but I think that Deadpool wouldn't miss the opportunity to make the joke.
Oh yeah, he'll definitely make the joke about it. And
the joke will also just happen to work better than, all of Endgame's talk about time travel.
Yeah. And then the last thing about what I want is I want it to basically the Deadpool movies stay exactly how they are, R-rated, all that kind of fun stuff. And then when Deadpool's in if he's ever in a Marvel movie or something like another Marvel movie,
he'll
like
be
Avengers,
as a PG-13 character.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He'll like censor himself on purpose. He'll be fully aware that he can't curse because he's in a PG-13 movie.
Yeah,
or
part of
if he's ever in an X-Men movie, you could have him be like, well, we get one F word, so I'm saving it till the end of the film, and then like Wolverine interrupts him and says fuck before him.
This actually reminds me of like the best example I've ever seen of why Deadpool doesn't need to be a rated R thing in the first place. Was a joke in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon where Deadpool had a crossover episode, and the entire time he refused to say the word die, dead, kill, or murder.
I have to go unalive these guys.
Exactly. Even though multiple times, and the joke in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon was that Spider-Man also broke the fourth wall, was that he didn't have to censor himself that way. He was overly censoring himself to be on Disney XD.
Yeah, exactly.
And they played that joke really well, and that Deadpool worked really well, even though it also happened to be a PG-13 Deadpool. Or a TV PG Deadpool or whatever.
No, it was TV Y7.
Yeah, exactly. TV PG.
Yeah, exactly. So
that was really good. So here's my prediction. I'm gonna go. No, you know what? Here's my hope.
Okay.
My hope, because it's easier to narrow down to my actual prediction because my hope is actually expansive on the prediction. My hope is pretty much just that they'd have a continuation. As a technicality, I don't think that they would ever call it Deadpool 3. I think there'd be a joke in the marketing about how Deadpool 3 is coming, but then they're going to drop the 3 and just call it Deadpool again, or Deadpool and a subtitle, because it's going to be a reboot because they can't legally, whatever legalese Disney's going to do to technically distance themselves from the Fox property, even though they own the Fox property, will be done, I think. I think that'll probably take the form of a subtitle and them intentionally in one of the trailers dropping the 3 literally from the title. Like the 3 will be there at the end and it'll be like, well, I guess it's not, and the 3 will just fall or something. It'll be an intentional intentional joke about how it's a new start. I really don't think there'll be a second actor playing Deadpool. I don't think they'll ever get anyone other than Ryan Reynolds now. Not for another 20 years. Not until Ryan Reynolds is done with it, and he's not. And he's not going to be.
I hope he doesn't leave anytime too soon.
I think Disney knows that Ryan Reynolds is the reason those movies succeed, both because he's the actor and because he was the most fervent protector of the series. He's the reason it got made. At one point, they wanted him to direct it. He's had as much a hand in a producership role as a director has normally. It's ridiculous. He's the reason it exists, and he will be the reason it exists continuing forward.
Oh yeah.
And Disney knows that they don't want to lose him, especially since he doesn't want to get lost.
And Kevin Feige's shown with Mahershala Ali, that he wants to work with people that want to be that character, because that was the only reason like they even announced Blade, was because he was so insistent of, hey, I really want to be Blade in the MCU.
Almost certainly why they're not going to cast Channing Tatum as Gambit anymore, because I think he's actually made statements saying he doesn't want to be Gambit. He doesn't care. So I don't think Disney will come back for it. Even though I do think Gambit's probably going to get a significant feature, either in a Deadpool movie or in an X-Men movie, and be like the next like big X-Men.
I wonder if knowing...
I actually think so. Sidetrack.
Yeah.
X-Men prediction. I think they're going to go with the X-Men cartoon lineup, which means I think that they're going to have Gambit as a very heavy feature.
Okay.
I think what's going to separate, because the X-Men X1, X2, X3 series did not feature the animation team.
It did. Wait, are you talking about the 90s team?
It technically didn't. Yeah, the 90s team.
Yeah.
No, it did not. Gambit was never at any point part of the team. Rogue wasn't at the same in the same way.
Not the full team, but it did have like at least half.
Yeah, it had half of them, but that's not having that. I think it will be the exact
team.
Okay, I'm saying it is the 90s team. Yeah, I think that's going to be their big, like, all the toys are pre-molded and shit. Like, they're going to go with that. Mm-hmm. They can even revive some of the old designs. I think they're going to have the classic Rogue design and the classic Jean design. I hope they have like the classic everyone design, but I don't think they're going to have the classic everyone design necessarily. Although it's Disney, so they would if anyone would. Mm-hmm. So that's like just a side prediction. And so I think Gambit's probably going to feature heavily before then, so that they can reintroduce Gambit. And I think they're going to do that probably through the Deadpool movies, because he works as a Deadpool playoff. One, he's heavily featured a lot alongside Colossus, because they're the two guys with accents. One of them has like the crawdaddy, like Southern accent, and the other one has, the Russian accent. And they play off each other's. They're both comedic guys as well. Like he's one of the most comedic X-Men characters.
Just thought of a fourth wall breaking joke that they might use. You'll have like Deadpool being annoyed by both of them having an accent, and then Colossus is going to be offended, and then he's going to be like, "What? Just because I'm owned by Disney, that doesn't mean I have to be PC now."
Oh, that, and I think his powers could also be played off as a joke against Negasonic Teenage Warheads, because they both have like kinetic exploding powers and shit.
Yeah.
But one like does it to themselves and controls like being a cannonball almost, and the other one like imbues like cards and a staff with kinetic explosion shit. Anyway, but point is that one, I think that's probably going to be part of the crossovers, introducing a few of the X-Men they want to be part of the new main lineup, but also I predict they make it PG-13. As much as I would hope that it remains rated R, I don't think they're going to, because Disney themselves have already shown that they can do it without R. And I don't think Ryan Reynolds would actually have anything against it now. He's had the opportunity to do multiple rated R ones, and honestly, from a critical standpoint, I think the weakest things in the Deadpool movies are the jokes that try too hard to get the R rating. The like, you look like an avocado fucked an older avocado and shit. Like, it's just a lot of like the reasons they have an R rating were kind of the weakest parts. Like, no one really cared that his dick was shown in a scene in the first one. No one made comment about it.
I actually,
they can get rid of the blood and make more money by making it PG-13.
Side story, actually, about his dick in the first movie. There's this old lady. She's a really sweet lady, though, that used to be a regular at the Roland Theater. I sadly do not remember her name, though. But anyway, she was like really sweet and everything. She saw movies like all the time. And what's really funny is she's also the kind of person you wouldn't expect to be into like the Deadpool type movies, but she is. So she comes out and she was like saying how excited she was about being able to see Ryan Reynolds' dick in the movie. She's like, "Oh my god, it was so great.
penis.
We had his penis, and it was flipping around during the fight scene. I was so happy we got to see his penis. It was just so funny hearing that coming from like someone who I think she was like in her 70s.
Now, it's Ryan Reynolds, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was, but do you think it was his actual dick?
I'm pretty sure.
I think it wasn't.
Here's why.
But I think he was okay with it.
He
would
would have been okay with it, but I think for that scene, only because of how much, I know it's all fake debris, but there was still a lot of debris, and then there were a lot of stunts. I don't think a smart actor would have actually risked getting his dick cut if he was doing a scene like that.
All the debris is actually fake.
I know, but
so it's all CG.
No,
anyway.
I don't think there was still like some debris on the ground. Like there was still some
very
glass.
minimal.
Yeah, but either way,
I don't think there was any glass on the ground. Actually, I think
probably it was probably plastic. But still, would you want to risk getting your dick cut when you have to do stunts?
If I'm Ryan Reynolds. Maybe
I don't think
I don't think it's a big risk. I
don't know.
During that shot, the shot where you see his dick, there's not necessarily anything on the floor. The floor is actually cut off by like a chunk of debris. Like they've like even blackened out, so it's like a silhouetted dick as opposed to like a veiny dick. It's like his entire lower body's silhouetted, and you can't even see his feet and crap.
So I don't know. I could be wrong, but I assume it was a fake dick only because just for safety reasons. It was a CG
dick just because.
Yeah. I don't think it was CG. I think he had kind of skin colored underwear on, or not even skin colored, but just underwear that basically
that had a plastic cock hanging off it.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually think he was probably entirely naked, but they just CG'd a dick onto the screen, or that he was shirtless and you actually didn't see any of his legs and stuff.
Maybe. I don't know. And there's also the whole thing of whether or not the cast was comfortable, or specifically he was fighting Ajax, whether or not he's okay with fighting him with his dick out. I know Ryan Reynolds himself.
I don't like a man with his dick out.
I don't want to be tackled by a guy with his dick out. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe the actor was cool with it. I have no idea. I just know that with shooting nude scenes, it's always you got to make sure not only is the actor okay with being nude on camera, but you got to make sure the actors around them are okay with it.
So I just thought of something hilarious. If they got a second actor for the next Deadpool and it wasn't going to be Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, I just realized who I know they would cast for it.
Who? Ryan Gosling. No.
Yes, I was actually literally going to say Ryan Gosling. Yeah. I was going to be fuck, I can't remember his name, but the guy from Blade Runner 2049.
That's so funny.
I literally think it would be Ryan Gosling, because I think enough people mistake them already that would cause the least amount of blowback, the least amount of confusion, and because they've already made a joke about it.
Wait, when did they make a joke about it?
Maybe it was an offset thing, but I swear that that Reynolds and Gosling have made, one of them has made a joke about the other one.